ABC 30, Valley Children's Healthcare, the Tulare County Office of Education, and the Educational Employees Credit Union. Partners putting children first.
Hello, I'm Amanda Venegas.
And I'm Tony Cabrera. We're at the Tulare County Office of Education's Planetarium and Science Center.
A place where you can learn about the stars and the solar system.
In today's Children First special, discover how educators are making science fun and engaging for students. The wonders of nature.
And interaction between the two hawks.
Chemical reactions.
Students in the valley get hands-on science lessons.
Our main topic was thermal energy, so we kind of learned about like heat absorption.
From the lab to the great outdoors and even beyond, curious minds can lead to creative breakthroughs.
The world is full of just mysteries that science can help us explain. Science is everywhere.
Learn about the mobile lab bringing science projects to students.
And the MASH program giving kids a head start in medical careers.
Who's getting enough circulation?
Plus, students search for ways to restore and preserve one of Tulare County's treasured ecosystems.
You're out in nature and you get to observe everything, and it's so pretty to me.
See the new STEAM Center giving young minds in Merced a big boost.
And the local kids vying to get their science projects sent to space.
Today, science takes center stage. Science affects our everyday lives, from how we communicate to the way we grow food. This planetarium has 3 theaters, giving children eye-catching lessons about what makes up the universe. Some curious minds are getting up close with nature to find answers to the mysteries of the Earth. A few steps can unlock nature's mysteries. These students from Wenatchee and Butterfield High Schools hiked the trails in the Tulare County foothills. They noticed fungus on dying trees.
You kind of have to figure out how, if you're going to plant more trees, how long it will take for those to grow up. You want to think about how, if some are dying, is it the older ones or the newer ones?
Their scientific research takes place at Circle J Norris Ranch, a 630-acre outdoor education campus near Springville.
Students are performing research that will teach us what we need to do. Whether it's, planting some more oak trees or restoring our stream and pond, maybe building some habitat for bird life.
Students measured, counted, and collected data centered on oak trees killed by years of drought.
We were able to calculate from one plot that we did, there were about 5,000 dead blue oak trees on the whole ranch. And that 2/3 of that stand of trees looked like it was dying or dead.
There is beauty in biology and getting a feel for the ecosystem. It's hands-on learning you cannot find in a textbook.
It's a different experience because we're always inside and not outdoors, so it's a different experience, like how you actually could see things and not from a book.
Students work with local scientists and will come up with research projects that can range from studying behavior of birds to testing the quality of the pond water. Safira is thinking of creating a plant guide for the ranch.
In the spring, my favorite plant, which is known as a blue dix, it has a really pretty bulb and a very, very pretty flower. It has a slight scent, but it's purple and has like multiple flowers coming out of it.
Would that be because maybe it blends in with the California poppy, or is it because of a mating reason?
Tyler is interested in the grubs eaten by birds. He wants to protect wildlife.
I think it's good to know so that we don't affect their habitat in any way that could damage them, because what I like most about living here is when we come up here, it's so nice and we get away from a lot of the things like from big cities that they don't have. And I would not want to see this go away.
Educators say questions are always encouraged. Students are now figuring out where to plant new oak trees.
Just getting students to see what's in their backyard, to be curious about it, how can that not help the planet?
C words, curiosity and creativity. And that's really what science is. When people think of science, they think of this outcome. What am I trying to do? But science to me is a process. It's a way of doing things, a way of thinking. It's a way of observing the world.
Circle J Ranch is run by the Tulare County Office of Education and includes a working cattle operation.
Other things you're curious about.
More than 3,000 students visit every year. It's a sister campus to nearby SciCon, where sixth graders spend a week learning about nature and science.
That science is alive, that we can use science. It's a way of improving our thinking as a community or as a nation to rationally look at things and see not just what our feelings are about things. Do we feel that this is the right thing to do? But is that the right thing to do, or is it better to do it another way?
With every observation, critical thinking skills are sharpened and may lead to research opportunities in college and beyond.
When they left COS, they went to NASA, Cornell, UC Davis. They went to phenomenal institutions that are world-renowned. We have the notion around here that our students don't compete. Well, they actually do.
Outdoor education can inspire students to make environmental science a career.
Being an ecologist would be amazing. I think that'd be a fascinating job, and I'd like to do it.
But wherever their career paths take them,
Good teamwork, guys. Keep going.
they can be proud knowing their work will ensure this land in the Sierra foothills is preserved for wildlife and future generations of students. Students will enter their research into the Tulare County STEM Expo next March.
Curious minds can change the world. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines natural science as a science such as physics, chemistry, or biology that studies the physical and natural world or the events that happen in nature. Well, that might sound intimidating, but Tulare County educators are embracing the concept called lab before blab, or activity before content, to make science more engaging for students.
So what we want to do is have them do the lab or the activity first and be curious, like, why did that happen? And now we bring in the content, and now we bring in those pieces. And so there gives meaning to the reading and meaning to the learning, because we're trying to solve this phenomenon. And that's why, that's how we're trying to get our students engaged in the world of science and engineering.
Mar says parents can also give their children a head start in science by letting them ask questions about their surroundings.
Go outside. Just take a look outside at all the wonders and the curious things that are happening around you, and start there. There's so many phenomenon that we could just begin to scratch the surface about the natural world around us as to, why is the grass green? Just starting there and building up. But go outside and just take a look around. That would be my first step.
Great advice. We have some links to some cool science activities on our website, abc30.com. Go to Children First, Surrounded by Science.
Up next.
We work with 2 types of liquids. We shake them and they made like a slime.
A lab on wheels. How it's helping South Valley kids have fun with science.
Who's getting enough circulation?
And students get a head start in the medical field. Learn about the local MASH program. Plus, local kids compete to get a science project launched into space.